From the John DeVito Broadcast Center, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Donna Sports with Don Figurelli on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network.
Y'all ready for this?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donna Sports Show. Wow, what a show for you today, folks. First of all, I want to thank all my listeners, of course, and then my sponsors, and Kevin, of course, from 89.7 FM WRHS in Ridgewood. He broadcast my show, so thank you, Kevin. And my great sponsors, Primerica Investments, Fox Bowl and Wheaton, Wayne H. O'Brien. Intren Incorporated. They do a lot of work for Commonwealth Edison. Loretta Rosenmeyer is the CEO. Very good friend of Julie and I and her husband, Dan. Auto Advantage of Addison. Bring your car in to get fixed at Auto Advantage of Addison. J.D. Muggs Still and Grid. The Pyramid Bar and Restaurant. 25 pool tables. I counted them the other day. 25 pool tables. Go on in there, play a little pool, have a beautiful, good tasting pizza, and you'll enjoy the camaraderie. And Max Golden Pheasant, my buddy Steve Mack owns that, and man, what a great place. Great specials, great food specials, and a real friendly bar. So get over to Max Golden Pheasants in Elmhurst. We're going to talk to, of course, a lot of guys today. Hopefully Wayne O'Brien, Jack Ryan, and Primerica. David perhaps will call us. Jeff NASCAR, Jeff, and National Fitness Hall of Fame, and many, many more. All right, we'll take a fast break, and we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Don Figurelli here, the Donna Sports. I want to tell you about some very interesting people that I know, a wonderful company that they have, Danny and Loretta Rosenmeyer. It's their 25th anniversary being in business, and in conjunction with ComEd. Okay, they do a lot of work for ComEd. They're bringing stewardship to the construction industry for 25 years and counting. Intren, outperforming every day. They're located at 18202 West Union Road in Union, Illinois. 60180. Their website, www.intren.com. That's INTREN. Outperforming every day. Loretta and Danny Rosenmeyer. Loretta is the Chief Executive Officer. Her mobile phone is 815-341-4535. That's Intren. 25th anniversary, bringing stewardship to the construction industry for 25 years and counting. A wonderful corporation. Thank you very much. All right, that's... Hi, everybody. Welcome back. On the line with me now is my good friend Jack Red Ryan. Hello, Jack.
Morning.
Morning, my man. How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, we're warm down here in Johnny's studio. It isn't bad. Yeah. It's nice and warm here, and we're big time broadcasting. You know that.
Yeah, I know. I've been on there once or twice.
Yeah, you've been around. What's going with the historian? Are you doing a show Monday? Are you? And what are you guys going to talk about on the historian?
10th, we're doing a historian show about we're doing it about the Chicago's World's Fairs.
Wow.
We're going to have a speaker on.
From
they organized a show out in Des Plaines. I'm sorry, not Des Plaines. Anyway, it'll be on the 30th. So we'll have all the information then.
How many World's Fairs? Only one World's Fair, wasn't there? 1933 World's Fair.
Hey, we had 1893 World Columbian Exposition.
Well, yeah, you were there for that, huh?
No, it was an important one though. Anyway,
yeah.
As far as like sports go, Lars Rockney came to display his cabinets. And stayed here, and his son Knut, of course, we've heard about him, right?
Which one now? Lars what? Lars who?
Rockney.
Oh, yeah,
Knut's
of course.
Father. What's in the story? He stayed here, so.
Oh, for heaven, isn't that interesting?
Other interesting things. Of course, we got that story, The Devil in the White City. But I've got some sports now. Okay, what's going on?
Yeah. Well,
I got good news yesterday.
Well,
my cousin Jack Ryan went out and got some tickets for opening day at the Cell. You know.
Oh, of course. Who are they playing? Who they got?
I don't even know.
Oh, it doesn't say it.
Opening day, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Well, what do you think the Sox are going to do this year?
Well, you know, I mean, without even trying, they got to do better than they did last year. Whatever happened there, it's one of those bizarre situations, you know.
Yeah.
Especially after the previous year, you know, they keep saying, you know, the previous year they had such a good season.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they barely won 60 games last year or something like that.
Well, they lost 99 last year, didn't they?
Yeah, right. Oh man. Well, they played. Konerko got a couple home runs yesterday. I heard it on the radio. So you know, maybe they'll be all right. They got Danks back, right? The pitcher and pitcher is.
Yeah, they got. They've got this Cuban kid who play first. He's going to alternate.
Yeah.
And they'll be alternating Konerko going with the DH with Adam Dunn.
Yeah.
Who's a lefty, and they should be okay.
Chris
Sale. Competitive, right?
Yeah, they got Chris Sale back. I mean, he's coming back.
As long as you get some improvement, that's good.
Yeah,
He's somewhat of a contender, so.
Let's hope they do a lot better this year. I know you're a big fan. You going down? I understand you're going down to the blue and gold game at Notre Dame, are you?
Well, we're supposed to be going. Yeah, we think the whole family's going to go, and some friends of ours in the neighborhood. Their kids are real interested now, and if they don't have a conflict with some of the other sports they're in, they're going to go down there too. That's April 12th. Anyone doesn't know, that's the annual. It's the spring. You know, it's a game. If you want, you know, they have some of the old timers come back. It's kind of more like to me, it's kind of like a dressed up scrimmage. But
right.
It's a good promotional thing.
Yeah, defense against offense or something like that.
It's nothing like a season game, of course.
Yeah. Well,
price wise, it's very good. And just going down and visiting there, if no one's ever visited a place like Notre Dame, my daughter had said when she had to visit different colleges, Notre Dame was the one, you know, when you're coming out of high school. Yeah. The one place that lived up to its pictures.
Is that right?
It was the brochure. So.
Yeah, real beautiful campus.
Others, obviously. She didn't. I understand that Indiana University is very beautiful, too, down there in Bloomington.
I think they say Wisconsin, too, is pretty nice, Jack.
I'm sorry, what?
Wisconsin is a beautiful campus, too.
Yeah, I haven't been there, though,
Yeah, I know. I haven't either. But a lot of guys say when they go up to Wisconsin, they just maybe the lake and everything, how, you know, the atmosphere is really nice around, what is it, Camp Randall, huh, for Wisconsin Badgers. But, you know, Jack, you didn't win a T-shirt. Remember last month we predicted the Super Bowl, you know, and you had you had Denver 34, Seattle 21.
Who didn't win?
Anybody? My nephew's son won. David Figuarelli. He picked out of 8 guys here. He picked Seattle 31 and Denver 28. Isn't that something? Yeah. As I thought everyone picked, Denver. When I looked at the sheet, I said, I'll be darned. So we got a call into him to tell him he won, you know. He'll win a Donna Sports T-shirt.
Yeah.
But you didn't win, Jack. Sorry, no T-shirt.
Better luck next year.
Yeah, right. Hey, do you know that Notre Dame beat Alabama in a Sugar Bowl? Do you remember? That was way back. 1973. Do you remember that?
Or in the 80s or something?
73.
Wow. Oh, was it 73?
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez, here we got our first hops.
Is that right? Yeah.
My daughter was born the previous year, older girl.
They beat Alabama in 1973 in the Sugar Bowl. How do you like
Sugar Bowl?
Sugar Bowl, yeah. Here's a trivia question. Give me the 2 coaches of that game. The Notre Dame coach at that time, you're a historian, and the Alabama coach. Can you remember? It's
was
not
Bryant
that hard.
Still at Alabama?
Huh?
Was Bear Bryant still at Alabama?
That's right. You got that right.
Parseghian was still at Notre Dame, wasn't he?
That's right. Wow. Yeah. You won a T-shirt, Jack. What size?
Thank God I saw Rudy. it was anywhere, so.
Yeah, you won a T-shirt. What, extra small or what size?
Very funny. You put one on one leg or something.
When you were bored, John's laughing over there. No, I didn't. But you're doing all right, huh? You dropped a few pounds. You watching?
I'm training. I'm working out here.
Yeah. Good for you.
I got to fight Apollo Creed on Memorial Day in Philadelphia.
Yeah. All right, Jack. I just wanted to find out what you had going for the historians, and maybe I'll call you.
And we have next Wednesday. We have another Chicago Junction show we're going to be doing. So.
No, all right.
Yeah, the railroad show.
Railroad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's always interesting. So looking forward to that. All right, Jack. Thanks a lot for the call. We'll talk.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah. Bye now. All right, folks. Hang in there. We'll be right back. All right.
Y'all ready for this?
Hi, everybody. This is the Donna Sports, Don Figuarelli, telling you about one of our great sponsors, all right? Pyramid Pizzeria and Sports Bar. That's right, Pyramid Pizzeria and Sports Bar. Addison's favorite pizzeria at 236 West Lake Street in Addison. Phone number 630-458-0777. Hot, fast delivery. 2012 Addison's Pizza by the Slice winner. Yes, best thin crust pizza, best sausage pizza, best pizza sauce. Late night delivery. Here's their hours: Sunday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's 10:30. Friday and Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Minimum order $10. Delivery charge only $2.50. Menu prices subject to change without notice. Dine in, delivery, carry out, catering. That's Pyramid Sports Bar and Pizzeria. www.pyramidclubaddison.com. Go there. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Don Figuarelli here at Donna Sports. We're just a little bit on the Bulls. I can't figure that team out. I want to pull for them, but then again, they'll let you down once in a while. But then again, they come back and look great. But, they lost to Miami. I said at the beginning of the year that when they play a good team, they don't win usually because they just don't have the superstars, although my wife really likes Joakim Noah, who's improved, and he's coming back. See, they lost to Miami Sunday by about 20 points, and then they beat the Hawks. How do you figure that? And they look good, but I think when it comes right down to it, they just don't have enough firepower or enough superstars, to beat a team like the Miami Heat or the Indiana Pacers. They just, they just don't have guys who could score 30, 40 points, a game. But they're playing the Warriors tonight. And now there's a good team now. If they beat the Warriors, see what I mean? But, of course, they're at home, and most of the, pro teams win at home on your home court. So they should beat the Warriors, although the Warriors are a good team, so it'll probably be a real close game. But let's pull for the Bulls. They're about a game out of a game and a half behind and third place behind the Raptors. But see, they could beat the Raptors. They could beat those teams. It's just those more elite teams. I don't think they can beat them unless, of course, they get home court advantage, and there's a big difference there. All right, folks, we'll be right back with a bowling report. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'd like you to go over to Addison Advantage of Addison, a car care center. Why? Because they have a free inspection for your brakes, your exhaust, your struts, your shaft, ball joints, radiators, water pumps, timing belts, tires, wheel bearing. You realize that there are that many things that would be done on a car?
Hey, that's all called preventive maintenance, right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's absolutely right.
You can't be too safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in there but if you do need some things, there's a $20 bonus voucher for any service over $250, which that save you $20, and a $5 bonus voucher. I keep saying voucher. $5 off any service over $30. That'd be easy to do. An oil change would be that. You'd get $5 off. They're located at 885 Lake Street in Addison. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, on Saturday from 8 to 3. Give Dominic or Leon a call at 630-543-1397. All right, that's Auto Advantage of Addison, Car Care Center, great guys. They have best warranty around and the longest warranty around. Brakes are $70 off on a brake job with a 4-wheel lifetime warranty. Can you imagine that? And a 1-year warranty on all labor that they do. All work comes with a warranty. So if you need your oil change, you need transmission, you need flush or front end work, fuel pumps, whatever you could think of on your car, go over to Addison Advantage of Addison at 885 Lake Street in Addison. Call Dominic or Leon, 630-543-1397. Wayne, all right. Hello, Wayne.
Sure.
Wayne.
Yeah,
Wayne, how are you?
oh, just fine.
How was the Olympics? You just flew in, huh?
Yeah, just got back. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Geez, the U.S. didn't win. I'm surprised at that.
I'm highly surprised they didn't even get the silver.
I know, unbelievable. You know, well, maybe who knows? Ice. You know, they say the ice it's a bigger rink than regular ice rinks in the States. You know, they say
the Europeans and the Canadians are used to it.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger. They said, you know, so maybe that had a lot to do with it, Wayne. You know.
No, I didn't catch too much. Wasn't able to catch too much hockey, and I didn't watch the other sports. But my son was saying his wife recorded the second and the third period of the Canadian USA game.
Yeah.
And he says they really didn't do good.
Is it?
Like second and third period, the big scores weren't even hitting the net, and
yeah.
I guess they weren't aggressive enough. I can't say because I didn't watch it. But.
Yeah, I watched some of it, but you know, don't forget too, they don't practice much. I mean, a little bit, right? They just get together for a couple of weeks, you know, to play. You know, it's not like a whole season when you get, you know your teammates, where to place the ball, puck, and so on. You know, it's a big difference. They don't play together all year, you know, like regular hockey. So that might.
Yeah, but you got to consider that the USA team, the Canada team, and other teams have people, guys from the NHL, not just USA.
Yeah, that's right.
I just think they didn't put out the effort, going by what my son said. Yeah,
like I say too, a long plane ride, and they're not in condition for that too, and
but the women got a silver.
Yeah, but that was good. But you know what too? There's no home ice either. Like what I mean? It's all like it's even.
I think the Olympics is quite a bit like the playoffs in the NHL. In other words, it's an entirely different game, and home advantage is no advantage.
Yeah, that's
25%.
Yeah, right. But I think the what game I was watching, was it the Canada game I was watching where the Canadian guy had a breakaway, and I think the Hawks we got a break on that because he clear breakaway and the guy tripped him, and he didn't get a penalty shot. I thought maybe they were going to give him but they didn't. They just called a penalty on the guy, and they had a one-man advantage. But I was surprised at that. Well, too,
usually in the NHL, when you have 1-0, 2-1, or 1-1 and going in overtime, it's a very good hustling game. Very good. The lower the score, the more close goals you see, and they really hustle basically.
Yeah.
When when it ends up being a low-scoring game, but I don't think it was in this case.
No, it wasn't. No. Hey, are you going out to you going to Soldier Field to see that outdoor game? Hawks. I think it's this Saturday. Oh, this Sunday. Yeah. It's a Soldier Field. Oh man. I bet you they get 40,000 though out there. It's going to be cold as heck, but I'll bet you they have a big crowd, for that outdoor game.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure there'll be Hawk fans that won't go because of the weather too.
Yeah, but they do that. They draw a pretty big crowd. Well, it's an outdoor game actually, right? I mean, that's how it originated.
Oh yeah, originally up in Canada.
Yeah, and I was they had some town up there. It's got like 1,500 people, and they got one gas station, but 2 or 3 ice rinks.
Yeah, it's big up there.
Yeah, on every corner they got an ice rink. And there wasn't that many people up there, 1,500 or something like that.
If you're talking about Canada, my grandson.
Yeah.
He does have a touch of French Canadian in him.
Oh, that's right.
Relatives.
Really? That's why he's such a good little player, I guess, huh?
My son too.
Yeah, that. Well, your son played hockey, right?
On my wife's side.
A little French Canadian.
French Canadian.
Yeah. That's funny how that is up there, right? You'd think they wouldn't get along. I mean, French, it's like a dual society or something. The official language is French? No, it can't be French. I mean,
I don't know if it's French. I think the eastern half is probably French and the western half is probably English.
Yeah, it's something like that. You wonder how they'd get stuff passed, and get laws passed and get together. But they do all right for themselves, not being a real big country,
Yeah, I think I mentioned quite a while ago that Sam Pollock, who was the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens.
Mm-hmm.
In the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 farm teams that could play just about as good as the Montreal team.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had 2 farm teams. That's why they did so well in the 70s and
80s. Yeah, the big farm system. Yeah, well, remember back then the Canadians, you couldn't beat them, hardly. When they had Maurice Richard,
Yeah, the Bruins only did it twice in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Outside of that.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, your Bruins are doing all right. Let's see, they're in first place in the Atlantic Division, right? Yeah.
They're first place in the division, second place in the conference, and I think 6th place in the league.
Yeah. Do you go down and watch a game once in a while when Boston comes in town? Do you do that or just watch it on TV?
I would if they come to town. I missed it last year. They play the Hawks here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They don't play them that often. That's right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really, I don't think they with the new division setups. I don't think anybody plays it outside of their conference now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Wayne. I'm going to let you go here, buddy. But you predicted. I'm going back last month now. Let's see, Wayne. You predicted Denver would win the Super Bowl 24-21, but everybody got surprised. Only one guy out of 8 that I had picked it. My nephew, my nephew's son. He said, he picked Seattle 31-28. I said, well, okay, Dave, you're the only guy. He said, well, maybe it'll be an upset. Sure enough.
Well, there was some talk about the other team getting the knowing the calls on quarterback calls and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I suppose there could be something to that, but they know what's coming. Just
a Denver player playing with the.
Oh yeah. He said, "Oh, they're going to do well." Yeah, but those teams all do that, I mean, they all kind of know what they're going to do in a way.
Oh, that must have been a big disappointment for Denver fans.
Oh man, it was a lousy game, really. I mean, as far it was over like by the first quarter, really. 22-0 or something.
It was really lopsided.
Yeah. So I finished watching it, but I mean, I'd walk away, come back, and it's not like geez, you wouldn't want to miss one play, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but they did all right. All right, say hi to your son and your grandson for me, and we'll keep in touch, Wayne.
Okay, you say hi to Julie. Thank you.
Yeah, I will. Take care.
Bye.
All right, Big Wayne O'Brien. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Hi everybody, the Donna Sports here. Hey you guys, it's time to get out and golf. The DuPage County Forest Preserve courses are open. Maple Meadows at 272 Addison Road in Wooddale. It's a links type course that is in great shape and no trees to hit. That's what a links type course is, not many trees. Oak Meadows at 900 North Wooddale Road in Addison is a traditional course with trees, beautiful flowers, and not many sand traps. And the price is reasonable. And get this, it has the longest bar in DuPage County for the 19th hole. And Green Meadows on 63rd and Westmont, a shorter course that is in great shape also. All of these courses are waiting for you at reasonable prices. Call Oak Meadows at 630-595-0071 and make your tee time.
Primerica is one of the largest financial services marketing organizations in the nation, with approximately 95,000 licensed independent representatives. Primerica is an industry leader in financial services. I'm Mike Figarelli, an independent representative and senior vice president in the Bensonville area, and the company's goal is to help ordinary families prepare for their financial futures. We've shown many local families how to do just that, and we are prepared to grow locally by providing people with financial solutions as well as a great business opportunity. As an independent representative with Primerica, you can build a business of your own, part-time or full-time. To learn more about the Primerica business opportunity, call me, Mike Figarelli, at 630-860-0033. Again, that's 630-860-0033.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. On the line with me now is my great friend Jeff Trusco, bowling guru. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Well, not good after last week. You know, how in the heck could we win the division? Now, not division. We win the quarter, and then we have a big letdown. What's the reason for that, do you know?
Well, for me, we were short a man, and that has always affected me psychologically because I know we are penalized 10 pins per game, and you just feel you're at a disadvantage. I mean, that in itself is not a great deal, but the point of it is it's a man that is not there that could possibly bowl some big scores and help win, but what also wasn't very good, obviously, is you and I just couldn't do anything right. We just did not find the right spot to put that ball down on the lane, and we struggled. Both of us struggled all night long, and it was really sad for us. Thank God Jeannie, our leading lady, came up with a 577 series, and she won all her 3 match points, whereas you and I won nothing. Matt, who has been averaging 213 for the previous 9 weeks, he's been doing just phenomenally for us.
Yeah.
He started with a 226, and he won that match point, but he winds up with a 616 series. And really, when you look at Matt rolling a 616, it almost seems like a letdown.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because he's bowling 650s, 640s. You're right. But let's see, what was I going to ask you? We only won 4 points out of 30, right?
That's right.
Oh, that is sad. That's sad.
So Matt being high on our team with a 616, and you and I not coming up to close to average, Mike Paolici, the anchorman for Liquor Box, had a 637 series. He was above average all of his games.
Yeah.
And the real killer is my match point opponent, Kelly Benke, who is a phenomenal bowler. She has a 185 average, and she just started stringing the strikes from the very beginning, from the opening frame or two, and I was no match for her. She just snuffed me out. She had games of 201, 259, and 225 for a big 685 series.
Wow.
And she just took me to school.
Yeah, but you know, Jeff, on that note, I was watching her, okay, and I'm trying to, why is her ball just finishing right in the pocket? And I tried the same line. She's sort of like between the first and the second arrow. I mean, she doesn't have a big hook, a big bender at all.
Right. I was going to point that out. Her ball is basically straight.
Yeah. And no taps whatsoever, hardly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, how the heck does she do it? Is it the ball that she has? Is it the angle of that she approach to the pocket? I mean, what is there an explanation for it?
Well, I think she just knew exactly where to put it. Those were her lanes, and I watched a PBA on TV this past week, the broadcast. Mike Hogan throws basically, I think, the same type of ball, a straight ball. And that, to me, is reminiscent of the way Dick Weber used to bowl. He didn't have a big bender.
No.
You put that ball in the spot where you're supposed to put it, and it went basically straight. And, well, we know the success that he had in his career.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if I were to throw a ball in that fashion, basically straight, I'm leaving a 5-pin because the ball is not curving to take it out on impact in a pocket. And yet for certain people, it works.
Yeah. Why do we get rails? I try that line, and I'll have 2 or 3 rails a game for some reason. Maybe I don't have enough speed on the ball, but I'm trying to emulate what she was doing. And I don't know. Maybe the weight of my ball is not, or the way it's weighted inside, causes it to dive extremely into the pocket. You wonder what the answer is,
Well,
Jeff.
I think there are a lot of factors involved. Not only the lane conditions, but the makeup of your ball. It's hardness of the shell.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there are different degrees. If a ball has a softer shell, it will hook the lanes more.
Yeah.
And if it's a harder shell, then it won't hook as much.
Mm-hmm.
The way you have the pitch on the ball as well, which allows it to rotate in a certain manner, and you could either have it just going down there straight, or I used to bowl many years ago with a friend whose ball twirled like a rotating globe.
Oh, like a spinner, they call it? Yeah.
And I could not understand how the heck he was able to do that, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not aware that he had any huge games or high average, but that's the way he bowled.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the fact that I've noticed that if the lane conditions are kind of dry just before the pin deck, then the ball really takes off, and it comes up at so sharp an angle, it's not going to carry certain pins. You could put it like in a pocket and leave a 10-pin, and this happens, of course, many, many times for everybody, even the pros.
Well, yeah.
You're off just a fraction of an inch, and that is enough to allow the pins not to fall in the manner in which you think they should take out the 10-pin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating when you get so many 10 pins in a 3-game series. You leave 9 or 10 of them, and then you wonder, why are you leaving those 10 pins? Well, you have to make an adjustment for that.
Yeah.
And it's either moving up a few inches on your approach or moving back, and see how that works. Because it will either allow, if you move up or back, it allows the ball to get to the pocket sooner or a little later, and that may alter the pin action.
Mm-hmm. Should you and I try the Jason Belmonte line? Not the way he,
oh my God!
Not the way he holds the ball. I mean, he throws it two-handed supposedly, but he does let go with his left hand, and it's actually a one-handed. But it looks like he's throwing it with two hands. But if you notice, he releases his left hand, and he does come through with the right hand. But he's extreme left, Jeff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Could we ever do that?
I don't think so. I really don't, because the pros bowl under conditions that are more extreme than what we're used to, and they bowl, as you know, 100 games or so a week in practice.
Yeah.
And on his approach, he slides on his left foot, and that was just in front of the left gutter.
Yeah.
And he whips that ball out there, and then it makes that sharp turn. How he does it, I don't know. I could never control something like that, I'm sure. In fact, last last summer I went to practice at Tivoli Lanes over here in Downers Grove.
Oh, yeah.
And I had never been there before, but I wanted to try it out. And those lanes, I went during the day, and the lanes were so dry that it was absolutely awful. And I thought, I did poorly the first game. I don't even think I hit 100. And then I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute. This might be conditions that the pros bowl under at times, and I'm going to see if I can make an adjustment. Well, I did better the following two games, but it was frustrating for me, and I says, I know when I'm beat. That's enough.
I know it can be frustrating. But Jeff, we just got a few minutes here. Let me ask you. They keep referring to on the broadcast of bowling. They have a team challenge now. I don't know if you've seen that or not. Yeah, they have teams, which is nice. I like that. But every once in a while they'll mention Walter Ray Williams as the greatest bowler of all time. Now, I mean, he is good. He is great, But what happened to Earl Anthony? Why would they call him the greatest of all time, Walter Ray? Do you have any thoughts along those lines?
Well, of course, everybody is in their moment in time, their history. At the time, Earl was the best back in the 70s and early 80s. But the last 15, 20 years has been Walter Ray's time. And if I'm not mistaken, Walter Ray has won more championships than Earl.
Yeah, I think
and of
a
course,
few more.
the money got bigger as the years rolled by, and Earl has accumulated more prize money than Earl, for instance. It's the same thing like in baseball or basketball. Who's the 50 greatest baseball players of all time? Well, you're going to have arguments up and down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, basketball, same way. Yeah,
depending on the players who were back in the great heyday of the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s of baseball, and then younger people today, they don't know who those players were.
No.
They didn't see them play, and they can only relate to the ones they see within the last 20 years or so.
Right, but Earl was so smooth, wasn't he?
He was so smooth. Yes, he was. That man, he is one that every bowler should admire for style and class.
I know. I was absolutely right. All right, Jeff. Hey, thanks an awful lot, Jeff. I'll talk to you Thursday, okay?
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
All right, folks, if you get a chance, get over to J.D. Muggs Bar and Grill, located at 437 North Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. 33 different kinds of beer. Can you imagine that? It's the home of the He-Man Burger, and baby, that is a He-Man Burger. Wait till you see the size of that burger. Chicken Caesar salad, which is one of my favorites. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's karaoke on Wednesday night and a great DJ on Fridays. Call Dean at 630-833-2570.
Hi, my name is Tom Sims. I'm the owner of Fox Bowl. We are Fox Bowl Training Center and Pro Shop. We set ourselves apart because we emphasize instructions. We have a full-time bowling instructor, Greg Zika. We have instant replay, videotape each bowler. Another program that we have is our Youth Bowling, USA Bowling. It's an 8-week program, after school type of thing. It's 8 weeks for $88 with instructions, and every child gets a free bowling ball, a $75 value. And thank you from Fox Bowl.
Hi, everybody. Hello. With me now is Richie Z. Hello, Rich.
Hey, how are you, Don? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you good, Richie. How you doing, buddy? You're a busy guy, huh? You got a new show going?
Yeah, we're going along, Keep moving forward. That's all you can do.
Right. What's the name of your Chicago History?
I got a new show coming up. Yeah, it's called Chicago History and Automotive Heaven.
Automotive Heaven. Yeah. You know.
We're going to do a little bit of both. I've always been into history and that, so I expanded. I was a tour guide for the last year, doing tours of Chicago for thousands of people.
Is that right, Richie?
And I've uncovered some wonderful stories. So.
Okay. Well, you ought to talk.
The new show is going to be on TalkZone.com radio. It's the largest, one of the best internet radio stations in the world, but it's out of the Chicago area. So we're going to start over there next Friday.
Wow.
And they air at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. They'll do a rebroadcast of it.
Wow, I'm going to listen to that, Richie. You got to get a hold of Jack Ryan. He's a historian guy, too. You know Jack, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always...
You know, the first show I'm going to do is I'm going to do something I did when I did the first show at JJG. I'm going to do a show all on tips, potholes, and, you know, how to prevent your... and all of that.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, well, there's a lot of them in Chicago, right, Richie? Hey,
I think it's like Beirut after the bombing if you drive down the streets today.
That's right. Hey,
listen.
listen.
The holes are unbelievable. I live downtown now, so
yeah,
it's pretty bad down here.
Well, the history of Chicago, wasn't it called Fort Dearborn, first of all, when it first
Fort
started?
Fort Dearborn was over where the... WGN building is right by the river there. That's where Fort Dearborn was. That was the location for the military base in America in 1800, 1812.
Wow. Is that right, Richard?
We actually, the Indians were here, you know, the Native Americans.
Yeah.
And the British were here in America. Well, the British cut a deal with the Native Americans, and they actually took over our fort. They burned it to the ground and killed a lot of our troops there.
The Indians did, huh? Wow. Well, is that Chicago? That's an Indian name, is it not?
Chicago was, yeah, it came from the Indians, actually. It's what was growing here in Chicago when they were here, and they called it Chicago. And what it is stinky or smelly onions. That's where we got our name from.
Is that right? Yeah, Chicago.
You know, I got a cute one I want to tell you. You know, we have the right?
Rich, wait. Every once in a while we get a beep and it cuts you off for an instant. I don't know why, but go ahead.
You know, we have the moniker the Windy City, right? You know that, right?
Right. It's from
the
wind.
You know where that came from?
From the winds. It's always windy. The wind's blowing from the north.
Yeah, the wind from downtown, you know, the lakefront, that's one. People say the politicians are windbags.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you the story on how we got the moniker of the Windy City.
Go ahead.
In 1893, we had the World's Fair here. It's the best World's Fair ever in the history of the world to this very day. We had it here.
Yeah.
Well, New York wanted it, and so did Chicago. We got it. So New York sent their journalists here to see how we did. It was spectacular.
Yeah.
Over 27 million people attended the World's Fair.
Back then, that's a lot, 27 million.
When they went back to New York, the journalists, they wrote a column about it. And they wrote on the top of the column, the Windy City. And they wrote about the blowhards in Chicago bragging about how good of a job they did with the World's Fair.
Is that right?
That's how we got the moniker of the Windy City.
Wow, yeah, a lot of guys blowing wind talking about it. It had nothing to do with the actual wind blowing.
Had nothing to do with our politicians, had nothing to do with the wind from the lakefront.
I'll be darned. Well, are any remnants of that 1893, where was it held? What part of the city?
Well, the World's Fair was downtown. We still have the Art Museum on Michigan Avenue. That was built for the World's Fair.
Oh, it was? Oh, for heaven's sake.
And we actually still have, that's one of the buildings that's still, but that whole lakefront was built for the Coliseum in Chicago, which went down, I believe, in like 1960. That was built for the World's Fair. There were so many things that we invented. The first Ferris wheel ever in the history of the world was at the World's Fair of 1893. George Ferris actually built that Ferris wheel.
The guy's name was Ferris.
Now, if you ever go to Navy Pier and see the one there, the one George Ferris built in 1893 for the World's Fair was twice the size.
Is that right?
And it held over 2,200 people.
Whoa,
and it took around 30 minutes to get all the way around, about 19 to 30 minutes depending on the wind.
Holy cow, that's amazing. Well, they must have dismantled it and put it somewhere or destroyed it, right?
Well, they ended up destroying it. They couldn't sell it.
Yeah.
But it was the largest piece of steel, the center of it, to make everything go around.
Yeah.
Was the largest piece of steel ever cast, back then.
Yeah.
It was all poured one cast,
Yeah, 1893 too. They didn't have all the technology that we have now too. That's amazing.
You know what? They were 10 times smarter.
Yeah, it took a half hour to go around though, huh?
Yep.
Well,
the one down there now I think takes around 12 to 14 minutes if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, is that right? We didn't get on it. We were down at Navy Pier one night. We were going to get on it, Rich, but it started drizzling, and some lightning was appearing, so they can't, they said, no, you couldn't go on the Ferris wheel because of the lightning, But I'm sorry that...
Chicago's got so many wonderful, the museums, the lakefront. The lakefront in Chicago, right? We're the only city in the world that has a park. Everybody else always built on their waterfront. But we have 360 acres of parkland.
Yeah. Why did we get rid of Meigs Field? What did they make out of that? Is that a park now or what?
I don't really do a lot of, I don't do any political thing anymore. I don't do no politics, sex, or religion. And that,
Good
that was really Mayor Daley, the last, I'm trying to say be nice.
All right.
The last mayor of Chicago.
Get off of that.
There was a couple of things, that transpired there.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, part of it, that he was able to do it was because of 9/11, and planes flying over cities.
Yeah. Johnny's shaking his head. Johnny DeVito's shaking his head like he knows what you're talking about. All right, Richie. Hey, buddy, thanks for calling in, Rich. We're running a little short here, and we'll do it again, all right?
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you.
I'll listen to
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye now. All right, Johnny, we'll be right.
Hi everybody, this is Don Figuerelli of Don Sports talking about Wayne Houses O'Brien. For all your real estate needs, call Wayne Houses O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses. At 630-235-5880 or visit his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. That's right, he's a pilot. He'll take a picture of your home from the sky. Whether you're buying or selling, call Wayne at 630-235-5880. He has residential, commercial, and investment properties. He is honest, hardworking, and friendly. Those are all the traits you want in a realtor. He loves hockey and he loves to fly. Again, call Wayne Houses O'Brien at 630-235-5880 or visit him on his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. Hi everybody, I'm here with Ralph Venturini from Ozzy's, the world's best subs at Wolf and Grand in Melrose Park. Hi Ralph. Ralph, tell the folks a little bit about the history of Ozzy's.
Well, I'll tell you what. It started in 1971. It was a little grocery store, and my father decided that it came up for sale, and he decided that he would take advantage and go ahead and buy this little business and take a whirl at it. Mm-hmm. And it was just a tiny little 800 square foot space, and him and my mom ran it, and they learned it. And
all right, give me the ingredients of your great Italian subs.
Well, I'll tell you, the Italian has 3 kinds of meat. We put provolone cheese on it, Italian dressing, lettuce and tomatoes, and if you like, you can add pickles, onions, and peppers, and let me tell you, this sandwich is excellent.
Come on, folks, get out to Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Open 24 hours. Give them a call at 847-455-0845.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to wrap up the show. Thanks a lot to our callers, of course, Big Jack Ryan, Jeff Trusco. Who else do we hear from, Johnny? Richie Z and 3 or 4. That wasn't bad. So we got 3 calls in, did we, John? 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. So, folks, we'll talk to you next month for sure. Don't forget to tune in the show. You can reach us at what is that again, Johnny? WindyCityHometown.com. Where are we? There, the Hometown Entertainment. WindyCityHometown.com. Call in number 708-453-5114. And, of course, Ridgewood High School, Kevin, the manager. Jack FM 89.7 WRHS in the beautiful town of Norridge, Illinois. All right, Johnny, thanks an awful lot, buddy. Good luck to you, and we'll see you next month. Bye-bye now.
You have been listening to the Don of Sports with Don Figurelli from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network. Remember to watch the Don of Sports with Don Figurelli every Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. on Comcast Cable number 19. The Don of Sports was directed by John DeVita, edited by Stephen Lehman. Our audio engineer is James Rohde, and executive producer of Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network is John Chiconda. This program was pre-recorded on Wednesday, February the 26th, the year 2014. Be safe, and thanks for listening.